welcome back to Lessons Learned. I'm Sherry. This is Finish It Friday, and I am fresh back from Paducah from the AQS Quilt Show. Had 2 wonderful days there of drooling over wonderful quilts and also some shopping. So we'll be talking about that a little bit more on Monday for the quilt chat, and then in 2 or 3 weeks we'll have a video of that trip where you can see all the things that I saw while I was there. So it was a wonderful trip. Had a good time with Mary, and 2 of us together just had a little girls trip and really enjoyed ourselves. But I have plenty to share with you today from the email from all of your finishes. But first I want to show you a clip of the finish that I got done before I left on that trip this week. So I do have a completed quilt top to show you, and I have a little clip of that to put right here. Barnstar sampler is finished. I may not have all of the blocks in the places they're supposed to be, but I think it looks fabulous. I'm not changing a thing. I do have kind of a light area up here in the corner. I'm not sure how that happened. Basically was trying to follow the pattern. The fabrics, I didn't use the fabrics that were slated for this project. I used Felicity and Figo and some laundry basket quilt fabric and a few other odd pieces. I basically was following the color choices, or at least the tone of color that was suggested in each block. So I think it turned out good. I like it. A project that's been going on for more than a year, and it's finally finished and ahead of schedule. Let's get a closer look. So another thing I want to share with you are the few Blues Batik quilt blocks that you did. I went and checked the mail again and got some of those back for you to see. This one that I have here is from Patricia from Pennsylvania. And this one is from, I think there's several here. These are from Barbara in Tennessee, and she has several blue combination ones here. Looks like this. And then I think there's one that's opposite of that here. Beautiful. And then she has 2 more of the same. So there's 4 there from Barbara. And then this one is from Adonica. And she is from Indiana. So here is her pink and brown one. I love that. I'm going to set these up here so I don't forget whose goes with whose. This one is from Connie in California. There we go. And then this one's from Charla. She has two that are opposites, in the green and light green. And then these are from Nettie. Nettie did quite a few, and she sent me a very nice card that I appreciated very much, and a sticker. See that? It says, "I'm a dogs and sewing kind of lady." Yes, thank you so much, Nettie. That's right up my alley. And I appreciate all the notes and cards that you all send sometimes with your blocks. And she has a bunch. Nettie sent quite a few. Some of them are repeats. So there's like this. And then we have these. And then like this. And we have two like this. And two like this. And I guess those last four are about the same. This one goes the other side. I was going to flip it and show you. Here we go. So those are of the same families. Same family of colors. Thank you very, very much, all of you. I must get stitching those together this coming week. So let's look at some of the finishes that you all have sent in this week. I don't know if I'll get through all of them. We'll see how many it starts to add up to be. If you don't see your finish that you sent on here this week, you'll be one of the first ones next week for sure. This one is from Kayleen, and she sent this one just beyond the filming of last week's Finish It Friday. So here is her K facet themed quilt here. I love this. I love the big bold prints of Cave. And she said she got this top long-armed and bound, and now it's another gift ready to go. Wow, someone's going to be very happy to get that, Kayleen. And then I have one from Anne. This is a quilt top that got finished. She said she just put blocks together for a quilt top, and she still needs to put borders on it. And this is a pattern from Karen, the Warped Spinster. It went together fast. It's one of my quilts to be given to the people in my department when I retire at the end of next school year. I have one more top to complete and a whole lot of quilting to do. So another nice quilt that will eventually be a gift. I have one from Dolores. Dolores is finishing up some quilts for a neighbor, and these were her neighbor's mother-in-law's quilts. So she's getting them done for her one by one. And this one had some unusual fabrics to it. It has a nice pattern there with the blue running diagonally on the quilt top. But Dolores finished it with a brown binding and some stippling on the quilting. And she put a nice label on there as well, telling who this was made by and who it's going to be gifted to. And it's a bow tie pattern. So some of these older quilt tops can be quite challenging. And I forgot to mention that the one behind me is the other one that I got at the antique store a couple weeks ago when we were up towards northern Indiana for the eclipse. This is the other one. And I should talk about this a little bit. If you notice, the top two rows are more of a square center here. And as you go down, it starts to, I don't know which direction the person made the quilt in, if these were the later blocks or the beginning blocks, but then they started turning into more of diamonds. And then like the Irish chain. And as it goes down, that's mostly what it is this pattern. So those last two rows are different, as well as a few, like this right here is kind of out of out of order of what this row would normally be. So I don't know if that was just a on-purpose connector piece there, or it's just, you know, what the person had left to sew with. But this is, these top 2 rows here that you're seeing are different from the rest of it. So yes, and Dolores is doing more of those quilts for her neighbor. There's more to come on those. And then another one from Kayleen. She said she finished this over the weekend. It's for her mom's 71st birthday at the end of the month, so she's happy to have it completed with time to spare. It's called Tea Party by Flamingo Toes, and it's made with her afternoon tea fabric line. It was a kit, and there's enough fabric left from the fat quarter bundle to make another quilt at least. Yes, those fat quarter bundles, you can sometimes get 2 and almost 3 quilts out of it. Also, she included a picture of her fur baby there. This is Gus, and he also is a mini cockapoo like Blue is. His favorite things are dirty socks, naps, and his mama. I know he would love Blue. Yes, they would get along just swellingly, because swimmingly is the word I was looking for, because they love the same things. And then Susan has a finish here. She says this is the quilt called Patio, and that was a pattern that I used to sew up some of the So Yeah, Not Your Mama's Garden fabrics up in a couple years ago. And this was some fabric that she gifted to herself, and the quilt is a little bit smaller than the actual pattern. So she wanted to deal with a little bit smaller project, and this one comes out to 47 by 66, which is a nice lap size, and she used white sashing there. Lucy has a large heart-shaped pattern on this quilt that she finished, and she says it measures 52 by 59. The pattern is called Big Hearted by Hunter's Design Studio. And she said her grandson gifted this quilt kit to her, and it had red and pink fabric in it, and it came out pretty good. And he also gave him a fat quarter bundle with this cowboy boots, and she didn't know what to make with it, so she decided to make another one of those of that same pattern for him. So that was a great idea. That turned out wonderful. Colleen also has a finish of the Yellow Brick Road table runner and 2 placemats, and she used 1 charm pack of Nantucket Summer to get those out of. Very pretty. Love your green binding. And then let's do one more. This is Cindy. She might have more than one here. Let's see. She says this is one of her quilt tops that she's in love with. Very pretty. And a pretty simple pattern too. Easily repeated in other fabric choices. But I love your bright, bold oranges and blues and greens in this one. And then this one's something she just tried with her new machine. And she told me here that she is a cousin to Joy, who sends quilts in to us a lot. So this is an art quilt that she did with a bird theme, and just added some other embellishments onto it, and did her free motion, freestyle sort of quilting on there. Very good. And then here's another one that she did with strips. I think that one did not download. I could not get that one to download, Cindy. So the one with the strips, unless that was the first one that you sent and it was just a duplicate photo of it, I didn't get that third email download from you. So there's quite a few more that I received, but I don't want this video to be too awfully long, so I'll save those for next week. Keep sending them in according to the instructions in the description box, and we will show off your hard work on your finished items, your finished quilt tops, completely quilted and finished quilts, any other sewing projects that you finished that you would like to share with our subscribers here on Lessons Learned on the Finish It Friday program. So we will leave it at that for today. I'll have much to talk about on Monday about the quilt show and other things that have been going on this week that I want to chat with you about. And if you did not see Wednesday's video, go back and catch that. You'll see a whole bunch of quilt blocks that I have created from this panel, and then there will be one more episode on this funky cat quilt, improv quilt that I'm doing here. And so we'll get into the sashing and putting it all together next week in Wednesday's video. So if you didn't get to see part 2, go back and watch that, and I'd appreciate it very much, and there will be more to come on that. All right, we're already into our weekend. Sorry I was a day late. I miscalculated when I was going to be gone, and I thought I would get that Friday video done in time, but I did not. So forgive me for being a day late, but I'm sure you don't mind. All right, have a great weekend. Get something out to sew and have something finished to show on Friday perhaps. And until then, I will see you on Monday for Monday Quilt Chat. Have a great weekend. Bye.